Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So as I promised, after I introduce the force flow, I'm going to introduce the momentum. Okay. So force flow is just a support for the momentum. One need to know the momentum, and without knowing the momentum, it is actually do not know the art according to the Chinese martial arts or ancient Chinese martial arts, because momentum or si is a big thing. Okay, and either it is a long distance, long fist, or short strike, close body short strike. It's a different type of momentum handling. Okay, so in terms of momentum, we usually in Wing Chun is we use wooden dummy to train that. However, these days, most of us actually don't do momentum practice anymore. We just practice moving of the limbs. Okay. So you see that always the practice of the wooden dummy will be like this, or in the side step. Okay, you see this kind of stuff. That is not momentum. That is just moving the arm around. This is not that meaningful in the real application at all. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing on momentum. That's the first contact or first momentum contact. For example, okay, at this first contact, will my body disintegrate? Because momentum is facing square. Will my body be able to take it? The opponent is going to force in, and I'm going to force out to actually to counter or neutralize or make use of the momentum and so forth. But the first contact in this case, will I be able to take it? If I cannot be able to take it, my body disintegrate. This is as simple as in the Newton's law of motion. NV, his NV and my NV, contact here, and how are we going to deal with that? So the body need to be able to handle the first contact momentum. Otherwise, I collapse. So there's a first contact momentum. The next thing is something which is really simple, but somehow it was made really mysterious, or it is really become something which is philosophical. Today, we all talk about the plum flower, mui fa, okay, plum flower steps, the 5-point plum flower steps. Actually, that plum flower steps or plum flower footwork is very simple. You think about it, it's like a cross. You have a horizontal line, you have a vertical line, this, and in the middle, that is the middle point, center point. So with the center point and the four edge of the cross, that is the 5 petal plum flower, and that is what the footwork is about. Okay, and this 5 petal plum flower, okay, the plum flower footstep, cross, and in the middle, it consists of the basic, and the basic is a horizontal footwork, or which is supporting the horizontal momentum, and the vertical footwork, which is supporting the vertical, or you can call it the along, straight along momentum. Okay, so there's only two types in the very basic: the vertical or the straight line along momentum, which is supported by this a vertical footstep or straight along footstep, and the horizontal or lateral footstep, which is support the lateral momentum. Both of them, if you look at this, is the horizontal, this is the vertical, and this is the middle. So there's 4 points. This is like a plum flower. Okay. So actually it's 4 pedals. Sorry, it's not 5 pedals. Four pedals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pedals, and a center point there. So there is a plum flower there. Okay. Now, so let's talk about the first thing, which is the straight along momentum with the support by the straight along footsteps or footwork. Okay, so what happened is, if this is to my center line, okay, you see I enter straight along this line, this vertical line, okay, or straight line you call it. You just go in directly. See, I've moved in instead of standing here doing this. You just move in. Okay, that is the straight along footwork and the straight along momentum. Now, as the for horizontal or lateral momentum or lateral footsteps, okay, it is you enter from a lateral way, which is different than a long straight in. Okay, this is a lateral. Okay, but it never is like usual people stand in iYikKam and wanna do this, or go stand at an angle and do this. That is not what it is. It has to be, or that is what it has to be to handle the momentum. Otherwise, one doesn't have momentum, and one not be able to know one's momentum, and one not be able to know the opponent's momentum, because never train momentum. It's just moving the arm with the techniques. That cannot be used in the real life combat situations. That's not Wing Chun. That is just moving the arm and the limbs. Okay. Now, knowing the first contact momentum, so that one be able to take it in the body, one need to have a dynamic body which is integrated, because one need to take the impact, and one need to be able to know or handle the basic of the straight or direct along momentum with the footwork, and the lateral momentum with the footwork. These three things is the most basic key of our Siu Lim Tao Cham Kyu Biu set, or the iYikKam Siu Lim Tao 4-part set. Okay, or the wooden dummy set. If we're doing wooden dummy this way, it is not practicing any momentum at all. And if you notice our say Cham Kyu Biu set or the iYikKam Siu Lim Tao sets, the whole basic bottom line it is based on the straight along and the rattle horizontal. That's all. From this tool, it can change a lot of things. It can transform to a lot of things, provided one be able to handle this first contact. Okay, so the force flow come is at this first contact. The force flow come to play or support is when I get into here. Who knows what will happen here? How close? It is very difficult to predict everything. So at these situations, at this distance, with the force flow, one can play. We don't have to keep a distance or have to have a certain kinds of angle, because when one go along straight in, the opponent is gonna move. Okay, there's a change within change there. Same thing with the horizontal or rattle come in, is going to change. And notice that at all the momentum, I go straight into the wooden dummy. Okay, I go straight into the dummy. Okay, if you look at the photo or the picture drawing of the ancient, you always have the feet of the Wing Chuners go straight in very close. That is the reason, or that's the indications of Wing Chun is a close body art. It never stand like this. It never do this. This is not going to get doing anything. It just exercise the limbs. It's going doing it. Okay, and over here depend on the conditions. If the opponent is this far, you can still using this type of techniques. If it's this far, his elbow or his shoulder all comes, and then that is the place where you want need the force flow. Without the force flow, one just cannot stuck here doing this. You have to keep this distance. Okay, so this is about momentum. And even though one knows this momentum, there's another degree of change, and that is the torque of the body. Okay, for example, this is the straight along momentum, right? However, if my body is smaller, weaker, if I do the straight along to cross with my opponent who is bigger, I might not have advantage. That's why we have these techniques. See, I torque now with the guan sao inside this. This is a torque. So even though I go straight along, I spin, my body is spinning in. Okay, I'm twirling him. So even if he have a bigger body or bigger momentum, I have the leverage. This is law of physics. Okay, so guan sao is not. It's not there. It is spin in. Okay. Same thing if I do the lateral. Okay, it's spin. Or there's a change there. Say if I go lateral like this, and that guy see my distance here, he suddenly drop down, try to take down me. This is opening. If I do this tanda like this is my opening. He can drop down. Don't expect our opponent is idiot. Okay, they are good thing and they are expert out there. He's gonna going down. So what I'm gonna do? Same thing. Turn to gang sao. So the guan sao and gang sao there's a lot of things inside there, even though it looks simple, like Cham Kyu set, Beauty set, it looks like nothing, okay? But there is a lot of momentum handling inside there, okay? But without the force flow, how is one supposed to play? You cannot stand iYikKam Yang Ma, keep the pivot or climbing, and without training this muscle group and everything, be able to handle those things, those momentum. It just doesn't make sense with respect of the human body biomechanics, law of physics, and human biology. That's why we need the force flow to support the momentum. Force flow has to be there before one can talk about this momentum. Without the force flow, everybody going to do this. How is it supposed to work? This is not realistic at all. I can learn the 36 wooden dummy, 108 up to 720 point. What is the use for that? All of this have no use because there's no momentum there. And in fact, as what I said, the momentum in the ancient is only based on two types: direct or straight go along, rattle in, and then with the spin, torque. That's Wing Chun. I don't create that or design that. Look at the set, Cham Kyu Beauty set, or the iYikKam Surium Tao part 3, part 2, part 3, part 4, and see that. Okay? And for the lateral, look at the Cham Kyu set, Beauty set, and look at the iYikKam Surium Tao part 4. It's going to go like this, zigzag step. Those are the lateral. You have a straight, like in the Cham Kyu. You have a straight, grow along, and you have a zigzag. That is the cross here and the center point. That is the 5-point plum flower foot step or footwork, which is support the straight go along and rattle momentum. So it is this simple. However, without the force flow, how can one handle this first contact momentum? How can one get in this close and be able to function properly, agilely? Over here, there's no geometry. It's dynamic force play. Okay, so this is to share with you. Again, I am no grandmaster, I am no best fighter. I am like a college instructor. This is the basic of the first contact momentum, where one be able to sustain one's body instead of getting break apart, fall apart. One need to have the integrations, be able to do that. The second is the rattle footwork and the vertical or direct along footwork, which is support the horizontal momentum and the straight along momentum. That simple, only 3 points. That is Wing Chun. That is what's supposed to be in the wooden dummy sets. Without doing that, without practicing that, how are we supposed to handle momentum in even the most basic way? You can't, because the body is not trained. Okay? So it is not just Tan Bong Fok is Wing Chun. No. This is just a move. Have no momentum. Have no force flow too. Anything wrong with Tan Bong Fok? Nothing. Okay? So this is to share with you today.